Hey guys, continuing on with my unboxing and reviews for these sort of hanger parts. The last one we took a look at the H-Hangar itself, which was just a big hanger unit. This is a set of working arms and arm mount sets for that, so you can use these in that hanger just to basically add some more detail, add some kind of working arms there, which will add some cool effects. Then you can add these sort of like racks, which you can serve as like weapon racks or basically whatever else you can possibly imagine you want to do with those. So this should be a pretty cool set. These again are also in gray, just like the actual hanger itself. And here you can see the price for this was 900 yen. So if you're getting a lot of this stuff, the price is going to add up pretty quickly, but they are really nice, and it's nice that all of this stuff all works together, and you can use it very creatively. So around all the sides, it's just all of that same basic stuff again. Here on the back is where it's going to show you some of the different options that you can do with this, attaching these parts onto the wall horizontally, vertically, using the arms, basically plugging the arms in wherever. This looks like it is coming with a couple of extra small little plates that you can add either onto the bottom as like floor or onto the side like that. And the arms are going to have some articulation in there as well, which is pretty cool. And then here, I guess showing you maybe it's showing you a layout of the runners, exactly what you're going to be getting inside here, which is pretty cool. Looks like two of the same runner there and then two of the same runner here. So basically just double everything. And then a couple other things there, not really sure what the point of that is. I think it's basically saying you can use this as just a freestanding structure just on its own if you want. Basically sort of similar to like the weapons racks you get with the system weapons kits made by Bandai for Gundam weapon parts. This one I'm not really sure. I think it's just saying you can switch out these pillar parts. Maybe that these are the pillar parts that came with the H-Hangar. And now you can switch it out with these other ones if you wanted. I think is basically what that's saying there. We'll just have to see when we get into it. So let's get this open. Just gonna open here. Let's pull this out. That's it. Inside here we've got two bags. The first bag is all of these smaller parts in like this darker gray color. And then this other bag is definitely a lighter gray color for the rest of these parts here. There we can see our big parts for the floor or wall or whatever, and then a bunch of the arm parts on there as well. So pretty cool, the two-tone gray that we've got there for all of that. I like that quite a bit. Should come into pretty nice contrast with the white and gray-ish, very light gray colors we've got for the hanger itself. So let's take a look at the instruction booklet quickly. This is just H-Hangar working arm and arm mount set. And on the back, again, just same thing we saw on the back of the box, basically here. How to do all that. Here's our parts list. And this is basically just going to go ahead and show you everything, how to make the manipulator, the working deck, sort of similar to like what we see with a lot of mobile suits. We see these in use in a lot of dioramas, these are great for dioramas, of course. Working arm and another working arm here. Basically, we can choose which one you want to use on the different arms there. It looks like we've got two different arms and maybe three different hands there, or like two different kind of claws and one kind of platform. And then yeah, just a lot of options there on the back. The arm mount for these sort of rack kind of parts, and then this part, if you want to just make this again just freestanding on its own, you can do that. And that's pretty much it. So let me just snap this stuff up, and then we'll take a look at how it works. Right, so when everything's all snapped up, here is what you're gonna have, along with basically a bunch of other smaller connection parts, which we'll come back to again in a minute. This is basically all about customization, basically arranging everything how you want, because there's just a lot of different options in what we get with this here. Basically the main draw of this is going to be the arms. So we have basically 4 different arm parts. We have 2 of these arms, which are like a double, sort of like double piston kind of arms. We have 2 of those, and then 2 of these smaller ones, which are just like a single size like that. And then as far as what you want to attach onto them is totally up to you. So we can make, I was a little bit disappointed with this actually. I thought there would be a little bit more, but we've just got one small like single claw like this, and then 2 of these larger claws like that. So basically 3 of those claws. For a platform, we've got 1. We actually have 2, but we don't have the piece to make this one working. See, it's missing that middle piece. You need to take that out of one of the claws. So basically, you will have to swap some parts, give and take here and there, depending on the arrangement you want to do. If you want to use 2 platforms, you can do that. But that means you can't use 3 claws. So I kind of wish we would have had 1 more of those little pieces, because if we had 1 more of that particular piece, then we can use all of everything in some way. I mean, you have to do a little bit of rearranging, but you could use it. But basically, as it is now, one of these things is not going to be of any use. So. And then we've got our 4 platform pieces. This one, you can see I've got these small little pieces in these holes. We get a bunch of these small little pieces like this, which are basically just supposed to look like some sort of like rivet kind of thing. So just for a demonstration, I just popped 4 in there. But if you don't do that, you can see it just has the holes like that. We get a few of these upright parts, 4 of them. So I've got 1 here on this one, making this thing, and 1 here just on its own. This will stand fine. We get these kind of like shelf parts, and then these can slide back and forth on there how you want, and then these can extend out if you want them like that, and they can rotate and do all sorts of stuff there as well. If you wanted to use these on here, you can do that. Just plug onto there, and then there you go. That's it, very easy. This one, in the manual it shows you to put this back piece on it. You really don't have to. I mean, this one works just fine like that. But if you want, you can put that back one on there. And that's pretty much going to be it for what we're getting with this. So it's going to be of these like kind of shelf parts. We've got 4 of those, 4 different arms, 2 double and 2 single, 3 claws, 2 platforms, and then a bunch of these extra connectors. So these connectors are basically what you're going to use. You can have the arms just each arm by itself like this, or we do have connection parts to attach 2 arms together like this, basically to make the arm much longer if you wanted. You can have a really long one. Looks a little bit silly, to be honest, because this connection piece like doesn't really look like an actual piece of mechanics that would move on its own, because there's no like hydraulics or anything in here to move that really well, I think. So it looks a little bit strange, but there is all of that. So basically what we're going to use this with is we're going to bring back our H-base. So these parts, all these claws can just plug directly into pretty much anywhere on the base. If you just want this claw just out of this side like that, you can just plug it in there, and there you go. Now you've got your claw just stuck to there. You can use some connection pieces to like connect this here on the side of there, or just connect these extra parts out to make your base bigger. Or you could put it up on top. You could take this bar shelf part, I'm sure there's a better name for that. You can take this part and you could just put it just directly on the H-Hangar. There you go. And then you've got that on there. So a lot of different cool options you can do with this stuff. Let's just take our RX-78 2, and let's say we want to store his shield and hand on this kind of part here. Just pull out this a little bit. And anyway, here, now you can get an idea, and let's use our platform as well. Let's just do a little quick posing here. And there you go, at least just to give you a little bit of an idea of some of the stuff that you can do with this. Of course, a lot of different options, so it's fun. It's really a lot of fun, and it's great that we have all these little like rivet parts, like I said, because then you can use that if you wanted to plug up some of the holes around there. It's not enough to plug up all of these holes on the hanger, but we do have quite a lot of them. I think something like 32 maybe. I think there was like 8 on each one of those, so maybe 16, something like that. So quite a lot of those if you wanted to just use those to plug up some holes. Of course, you could probably do that just with parts of a runner. Just cut some parts of a runner that will fit in the holes. Just file them flat and then just drop them in there and your holes will be covered up. But pretty cool set. Definitely worth it. I think adds a lot to the hanger. I think a lot of really cool stuff you can do with that. So that's cool. Next up, we'll be taking a look at the L unit, the LED unit for this, so stay tuned for that coming up next. If you guys have any other questions, comments about this, let me know down below. I like that this also, I should mention also that I like that this included some more darker gray. I mentioned in reviewing the hanger itself that I was disappointed with the color a little bit. I wanted it to be darker, so I'm glad that these piston parts, some of the parts for the arms are in the darker gray, so it gives a little bit more color contrast there. Again, if you're not going to paint it anyway. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.